everything you've just said, that's exactly why we're here today. It is the national launch of Space Week, and Kimberley is the venue that's on the itinerary this year. And the previous years they've been in the Northwest and in Mpumalanga. Right now I'm joined by a satellite engineer, and in a couple of seconds we'll get an actual description of what that means. But my guest this morning is Jessie Indaba. Jessie, good morning, welcome to Morning Live.
Good morning and thanks for having me.
A satellite engineer. What is a satellite engineer?
A satellite engineer, you design and build satellites, at least that's what we're doing. We design and manufacture satellites and integrate them into the rockets for the launch.
Just in terms of that design process, and how important is it for, if you're sitting at home and going, okay, a satellite engineer, you're putting it in a rocket. Without a satellite, I'm sure the rocket can't find its way.
Actually, I'm an AIT person. I specialize with assembly integration and testing, and my team is actually responsible in testing the satellite before it is actually integrated to the rocket, to make sure that all the major components that are actually in the complete system are giving us what we actually expect when the satellite is up in space. So the kind of tests that we would run are like your vibration tests, because during the takeoff in the rocket, when it shakes, those are the vibrations that are too much, and you would want to know if those major components that go into your satellite can actually survive those vibrations. In that, we also do vacuum tests. We actually do that to make sure that our components are not going to outgas in the space, and that may actually damage your lenses on your telescope. We run tests, thermal tests, to make sure that your components are going to survive the harsh environment in the space as well. So there is a number of tests that go through before the test is actually launched.
It sounds highly complex. Let's get to something that's less complex. Today we are here in Kimberley. Are you amazed at the interest, the appreciation for space that the youngsters are showing?
Actually not. I've always said, I don't know if it's because I'm a woman, but having a successful launch and communicating to a satellite it excites every engineer and a scientist, but it doesn't end there with some of us, and probably it's because I'm a woman. What excites us more is what people can benefit out of this space science and technology, which is probably the reason why I've been in this industry for this period now, because of what we can benefit out of that. I come from Soweto, and I wasn't exposed to a number of things, so I know that it takes exposure for one to know what is out there and what can I get out of there. I've always said, if McDonald's was giving free lunch someday, the only people who would benefit from that are those who are exposed, are those who know about it. So if we use our technology for things like teleeducation, telehealth, we reaching out to people in the remote areas and giving them exposure of what is happening and how best we can improve our lives as human beings, because that's what we live for. You know, we've got problems that we facing today, and you wonder as an engineer that what can I do? Being in the satellite industry, we always like, what best can we do using our technology to improve or to even prevent some of the problems from happening? Because with one of the South African satellite that was launched in 2009, Sumbanele satellite, it was for agricultural purposes and for disaster management as well. So if you're a farmer and you've got your crops, you would want to know before they actually die that they are going to die, so you can prevent that.
Let's quickly talk about the fact that there's been a call, not only by government, by various sectors, that we need more engineers, we need more women engineers. Within your dialogue, when you talk to and you come to events like this, you said that you're not amazed at the kind of reaction you get, but how do we get more engineers? You mentioned exposure as one.
I think we need to have more outreach programs. Unfortunately, the science community is so small that we tend to be consumed in our everyday work in our offices, and we don't get a chance to go out to the schools. But I think we need everyone to contribute. The teachers, the parents. You don't have to be a scientist. You don't have to be an engineer to realize the importance of kids doing science and maths. And I keep referring to women because I think it's because if you hire a woman, you're not just hiring an engineer, but you're hiring somebody who would want to see the benefits of what she has designed at the end of the day. So I keep saying women they actually should be put up front for them to take the lead. I always make a joke and say God made a man first and a woman later, because he was making an improvement of what he created first. So yeah.
Look at Jesse, I promise you there are loads of men that agree with you. Anyway, that's where we leave it. Jesse Ndaba is a satellite engineer. Let's say good morning now to the school choir. You can see they're bright and breezy this morning. Take it away, guys.